going on. It's like this right here. Don't don't resist the resistance. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of this resisting the resistance. You know what I'm saying? In the resistance, which is kind of idiotic, man. It's an idiotic thing when people fail to recognize certain things. Like when you like to name call and then fight and get slanderous and just get all froggy on people, man, froggy and doggy, without cause. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you're resisting the resistance that you're given, man. It's like weird, man. Sometimes I get conned into doing it, man, because you know what I'm saying, taking the bait, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like I never said I was an expert. I don't make no mistakes. No, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's how you learn how to dodge a bait in the future, man, is by getting caught a few times. You know what I'm saying? Being able to get caught and walk away and live to fight another day is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're, too proud. You know what I'm saying? Which isn't a good thing. It isn't a good thing to have no self-worth, but it's another thing to have overly self-worth. You know what I'm saying? Like what Musashi says, a high spirit is weak and a low spirit is weak. You know what I'm saying? It's like the person who keeps their spirits in good standing, but not over good or not underly low. You know what I'm saying? It's just but keeping them level, man. You know, I'm balanced when it comes to spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like your spirits. Like, are you of good spirits or bad spirits? Not as in like spirit possession, but like every person has a spirit. Not only it's their life force, but it's also like your continence, what you're putting off, your energy. That is your spirit as well. Like, you got a decent attitude? It's like morale, low morale. Like when soldiers get more low morale, they stop fighting good. You know what I'm saying? And I think some of these little infighting, bickering, pettiness, and then slandery, and it's kind of like anyone. It's like it's okay for you to say something, but if anyone else says it, they got a tinfoil hat. When you talk tinfoil hat talk too, but we know we should look at tinfoil hat as a compliment because look, they are using EMP and or ELF, and they are using fucking Gwen Towers and harp and cerns and all this other kind of weird harmonic frequency weaponry or tools, whatever you want to call it, manipulation. So look, tinfoil, even though tinfoil hat is like a bad side effect, you know what I'm saying, of someone under the oppression of this electronic oppression, it's pretty sad. And then, you see this infighting in the resistance where you're resisting the resistance. It's like anyone who's resisting the New World Order, anyone who is, resisting men's souls being trafficked and devoured by this phony fiat monstrosity beast system, snake devouring its own tail, this cannibalry, this phoenix from the ashes, this from the old comes the new, this Ordo ab Chaos, this Mussolini, Albert Pike shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're resisting that, well then, hey, you're not my enemy. You know what I'm saying? At least on that in that sphere. But when it comes to my spiritual understanding, yeah, man. If you take certain stances, man, we depart. You know what I'm saying? From on that part of life. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's two types of awakened to spiritually. There's awakened to God, you know what I'm saying, and the truth, and you loving the brother and all that, and loving God and all that. And then there's the other. There's awakened to the dark spiritual forces that can be bought with a price. You know what I'm saying? There's many ways. There's more than one way to skin a cat when it comes to that one, but there's only one way to God. You know what I'm saying? One way. And that is, it's spoken of in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? It's like, best thing you can do is just know it for yourself. Even if you don't believe in it, man, it's something you should just know, just in case. It's the way I look at it. So I don't want to Bible bash nobody, but it is what it is, man. It's all up in there. And that's, if you're for the Bible, why aren't you resisting the beast, man, the Antichrist system, the microchip, the 666, the the beheading of the brethren, the neighbor against neighbor. Why aren't you, you know what I'm saying, yelling about it? You know what I'm saying, making a stink about it. You know, I've spoke on these things over and over and over and over and over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm gonna keep on seeking, and I'm gonna keep on searching, and I'm gonna keep on watching until the end. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least that's my mindset in this moment. If I could stay in that from moment to moment, I'll be all right when it happens. You know what I'm saying? But if I start getting in la la land and speculating, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna plot and set all these plans, but looks like we're running out of time. There's not enough even time now to make a long, elaborate plan. You got to be able to ready to think on the fly, because when shit hits the fan, you better be able to think on the fly. If you're lucky enough to be alive, you're one of the elect. You know what I'm saying? Or the elect unto judgment as well. You know what I'm saying? But no, I believe during this cataclysm, there's some people just get hidden, man, and sent off into the wilderness, man. It's kind of like a repeat of it's like a new Exodus. You know what I'm saying? And it talks about the dragon pursuing the woman clothed in stars and moon and the sun, and the dragon's trying to devour her and her child. So, and it says it's out in the wilderness, like flown on the, like as if flown on the back of an eagle with great wings. You know what I'm saying? This is cool imagery right here. I mean, to me, and it's reminiscent of Moses in the Exodus, because like even how the Pharaoh pursued Moses on his way out. Look, the dragon's pursuing the woman, and he sends a flood. Like, listen, Pharaoh's flood is his army. You know what I'm saying? And it says the earth opens up and swallows the waters, the floods. But look, like in Moses' time, the sea opened, and when the soldiers came in, it crashed back in on them. So you can see how these parallel and flip. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the end that was told from the beginning. I am the Alpha and Omega. I mean, God always speaks on this flip, ultimate. You know, He is ultimate. You know what I'm saying? He is omnipotent. You know what I'm saying? The beginning and the end. You know what I'm saying? The one who, or the beginning was foretold, or the end was foretold from the beginning. You know, the lamb slain before the foundation of the earth, but yet slain on the earth as well. So I mean, this is like someone beyond time and space, man, that transcends it all. Like, there's something going on that man doesn't have the capacity, you know what I'm saying, to truly, you know, understand things in their entirety. It's impossible. The Bible says it this way, the best way it says. You know, even the greatest of man's thoughts is just foolishness, you know, to God's thoughts. You know what I'm saying? His lowest thoughts are above the greatest thoughts of man. It's just because we're not timeless in physical body. Though we might be eternal beings, but the body is not eternal. And that's where this antichrist transhumanist system is coming from, is they're trying to give you a counterfeit immortality. You know what I'm saying? And I see, so to some extent, maybe they have, if let's say time travel, okay, say they went back in time, they sent an assassin and he sucked out some blood from King Tut or Akhenaten, and comes in the future and then clones him. Or they went to that mummy and they pulled out some DNA and cloned him, and it looks like, you know, Screwface. And in a way, that guy was reincarnated. This shows you all your mystery religions are fulfilled in this transhumanistic religion. So all along was all this knowledge being leaked to work man up enough knowledge so he could build his own matrix that enslaves him and kills him and devours him through the help of these fallens who have been leaving the instructions encoded in stone and in megaliths and in other things, paintings. I mean, there really is a Da Vinci Code type conspiracy going on. You know what I'm saying? But it's you got to trace that to the Greek Paragathus and all this advanced geometry, sacred geometry, Baphometic type philosophies or whatever you want to call them. But it's like it's just weird, man. You don't want to resist the resistance, man. It's kind of like, it's not necessarily if you ain't against us, then you're for us, but it would just be better for us all to resist what we should be resisting instead of trying to step on each other's toes, like in haterade and sabotage and mock and provoke. You're acting just like the fucking agent provocateurs, like the psyop guys. You know what I'm saying? Some of these people, you know what I'm saying, on the internet, some of the personalities out here, you know what I'm saying? They're real territorial and cunty. Like there's a conspiracy, like they don't really want it to be common knowledge. It's like they want it to be common knowledge, but they want to be the only ones teaching and speaking on it. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, it's just, they're very territorial. You know what I'm saying? In this resistance. I mean, I guess that's what it is. When you resist, you get resistant. So I guess it's just a side effect of having shell shock. Every bang you think's a bomb going off. You know what I'm saying? So that happens. But it's good if someone says, hey, wait a second. Brings you back into awareness of these things real quick. Like, points it out. Like, hey, wait a second. Why you being like that? You know what I'm saying? Or are you CONOPO, controlled opposition? You know what I'm saying? You got to watch out for CONOPO, COINTELPRO types. I mean, I'm sure the FBI and the CIA and NSA, they all got their guys. They're you know what I'm saying? They all got their guys in some position somewhere, funking up the program. You know what I'm saying? Trying to reverse engineer the dis programming. You know what I'm saying? And work it back somehow into the re-educationing. I mean, it is a battle. It is a war. You know what I'm saying? It's just a war of information. You know what I'm saying? It's like basically the weapons are truths, half-truths, and just straight-out bull-faced lies. You know what I'm saying? I mean, basically, that's the war you got. You got the facts, you got speculations, then you got total just misinformation. You know what I'm saying? You got these three extremes as well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, this is a fluidic, flow of information here. I mean, it's sometimes you can get dragged into the current. Sometimes you can wade where there's less current. I mean, but I'm saying it's moving. And it's like if you get out the current, you lose the pulse for a minute. You know what I'm saying? It takes a second to readjust to the water when you jump back in, too. I mean, it's a deep game. And it's very overt, covert, direct, indirect, assaults. You know what I'm saying? And even sometimes assistance. Sometimes people will jump in with some insistence, like some encouragement, offer you up on a double portion. You know what I'm saying? That's like, hey, that's how you know who's the real and who ain't. It's not that you want everyone to agree with you, but everyone who supports the right to free speech, to free thought, to freedom to share information, especially amongst our own countrymen and brethren. You know what I'm saying? Of mankind, humankind. I mean, abroad, the whole globe. Anyone wants to tune in on these little, stupid videos and learn something from it, and benefit somewhere down the line, I'm all for things like that. It's like, listen, if I get to speak freely, I'll let you speak freely. Just don't get too crazy and get too offensive and if you get idiotic, well, then I got to cut the conversation. It's like, you can go speak that. You got freedom of speech, bro, but you go speak it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it should work. But, not everything's got to be a pissing contest. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the man with the most balls is the man who walks away instead of engages in a vain, egotistical fight, so someone can say, look, he's vain and egotistical. And you look at him acting a fool. They're trying to bait you into these situations. So the wise man perceives these things and does the right thing. He goes around. You know what I'm saying? Or you shut them down with as little words as possible. You use their own words to shut them down. You know what I'm saying? Answer a question with the question. You know what I'm saying? These type of things. You know what I'm saying? And then back away.